Hello, and welcome to our podcast. The title of our podcast is Teaching Gifted Teenagers. Throughout the podcast, we will convey first how the brain of gifted teenager works and the science behind them, and then we will show two different scenarios of gifted teenagers in educational settings to see which one works best. We are 4 students studying in the University of Limerick. We consist of 2 woodwork teachers, a science teacher and a PE teacher. The members of the group are Edmund O'Sullivan, Daniel Carew, Darren McCarthy and finally Rachel Halpin.
The definition of a gifted teenager or child is children who give evidence of high performance capability in areas such as intellectual, creative, artistic, leadership capacity or specific academic fields, and who require services or activities not ordinarily provided by the school in order to fully develop such capabilities. Gifted teenagers possess many characteristics that regular teenagers don't have. They are self-disciplined, they have an excellent memory, they are able to resist group pressure, they are independent, and they are more adaptable. Gifted teenagers have several differences in their brains compared to normal teenagers. Brain rhythms of the gifted teenager occur more often, and this allows for more focused learning with greater attention, and it allows for more concentration. The neurons in the brains of gifted teenagers are biochemically more plentiful, and as a result of this, the brain is able to develop more complex thoughts.
We will now show a gifted teenager in 2 different educational settings. In this setting, the teacher puts a maths equation on the board for the students to complete. The gifted student is situated closest to the camera, and the normal student is sitting beside him. As shown, the normal student struggles with the sum. However, the gifted student is done within a few seconds. He quickly becomes bored and distracted. The teacher fails to give the student extra work, and she instructs him to wait for the rest of the class to finish. For a teacher, having a gifted student in their class can prove challenging, as it's hard to find enough work to make sure the gifted teenager is reaching their full potential in the class, while trying to teach several other teenagers the normal school curriculum. In order to be an effective teacher for the gifted student, the teacher has to let go of the idea of normal. They should allow the student to develop from where they are at educationally. A teacher will not harm a student by offering them opportunities to complete more advanced work.
In this setting, the teacher puts the same math sum on the board. As in the last scene, the normal student struggled with the sum, and the gifted teenager is done within a few seconds. However, in this setting, the gifted teenager is not left waiting for the other student to finish. The teacher gives him a more complicated sum to challenge him and to make sure he is reaching his full potential. Another method that the teacher could use to challenge the gifted students is giving them independent projects to complete. For example, if the teacher is carrying out a maths class and the gifted student finishes their work quickly, the teacher could get the student to work on an independent project related to the topic covered in the class. Not only will this keep the student academically challenged, but it will also develop the student's creative side. Another method that the teacher could use to keep all students motivated is to implement academic competitions in the classroom between gifted students and high-achieving students. Not only does this method challenge the students academically, but it also provides the students with leadership skills and communication skills.
In conclusion, we think that gifted students can thrive in schools if the teacher always tries to challenge them in the classroom to prevent the student from becoming bored. There are several strategies that the teacher can use to do this, and they should always try and think of new and creative ways to enhance the gifted students' learning.